Kenya, hear this. Before the end of last year, God sent his prophet, the great man of God, Roy, from all the way from Ireland. He came, he arrived, and immediately he arrived in this country, things started happening. He started doing wonders and miracles. You know, imagine the last time we saw white men coming into this land and doing great wonders. So on the first Sunday, he found himself in the synagogue. That is the church, I don't know whether it's called a church, a synagogue near Izekoch, the place of Apostle Dola Waroinge. And during that day, he did he did a lot of deliverance. But most important, there were ceremonies that the apostle had organized about the giving back the transition from the Mzungu rule, the colonial rule, to our people. So this servant of God, Roy, wrote aliwakisha. He lit a candle and then shared it to the old people, and they were elderly because I think they were an average of 100 years. And then those old people, they gave those candles to the young people, the Gen Z. And also, coincidentally, during that day, the guest preacher of the day was a great lady, a reverend, a pastor from the Anglican church. And I was there, I was a witness. So God inspired the apostle to now use as me and the lady reverend to show, to light candles, and then the young people came and blew them off to signify the end of the kingdoms that have been ruling the world. That's the Roman kingdom and the British rule with the Anglican church. So after that, and also I remember the following Sunday, great things also happening because it coincided with the burial of Raila Amolo Odinga Baba. And God inspired the apostle so that he could broke all means, so that the spirit that Baba had of moving crowds, of controlling people, will not remain in that place, in that home, so that God can take it and give it to the right people. And I think we are all testifies that that's why ODM has corrupt, and nobody in the Odiga family now has a voice, because things happened at the synagogue on that burial day. So the servant of God, Roy, also had some mission in Kisumu, where he had been imprisoned wrongly because of preaching the gospel in the word of God in the street of Kisumu. And after the things went to the court, he was released, and he has been waiting for compensation for now almost 6 years, because it was 2019. And even up to today, as this message is being released, the people in charge are still promising we are going to do it tomorrow, next week. We are still hoping, because this man of God is still warning Kenyans. Listen to what he's saying. Listen to God's message of getting back to God, because we have not been on the right track. Then after, when we were in Kisumu, he encountered so many struggles, because wherever he used to go, even in those prisons, those in charge of the prisons would not allow him to do his ministry freely. And so he had to leave the country very, very angry. I was even very much worried, because I had heard from a great man of God, also David Kisotu, working with the First Lady, saying that during this regime of Kenya Kwanza, there should be nobody leaving this country angry and leaving the feet, stamping the feet on the ground. So I had to call this great man of God, and they talked to the servant, Roy, for almost an hour, but I think Roy could not hear anything. So he left and went to Uganda.